Guys, this is Tim Pohl. Tim Pohl is an independent journalist who has his own YouTube channel. He's a freelancer, I guess you could say, but mainly he does stuff on his own. He handles political stuff. He's always on the ground trying to cover protests and everything that's going on with the world. And yeah, he'll travel to the other side of the world, everything like that. He doesn't work for any paper, no publications, no nothing. He's out there on the ground on his own behalf because he believes that he doesn't need a corporation or anything like that. And while he's doing this, he's a target for both sides. We got the radical side on both the right and the left, alt-right, Antifa on the left side. He's getting death threats. I mean, to his face. He's gotten things thrown at him. He's been followed before. He's got many death threats from both sides because they see him as a target. The alt-right thinks he's Antifa, and Antifa thinks he's alt-right. It's pretty damn ridiculous. But what I'm actually getting to here is, while he's doing that, we're over here talking about runtimes for a movie. What's happening, film nerds? Dave, the film junkie here. All right, it's been confirmed, well, unconfirmedly confirmed, I guess you could say, that Justice League, in fact, will be 121 minutes. And the source, I'm not going to mention the guy's name. I'm trying to leave names out of this because I don't want to do that and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of you already know who I'm talking about because you've been seeing the tweets and everything. But, yeah, basically it was uncovered. He did some digging and got it out there. Instead of just listening to a good old film junkie here, I posted a video about it. I mean, look at how blazed out I looked. How could you not believe that face? I swear to God, I wasn't ripped shit or anything. I just decided to make that face. I don't know why. I wait till after to do that, guys. So that was uncovered because, when it comes to blogging and journalism and everything like that, I mean, I was a part of this too. To be the first one to get stuff out there, to do maybe some digging and get it out there, I mean, yeah, that's part of the game. Sad thing is, this is about a runtime. It's not really anything that's like crazy, it's nothing out there going like, oh, try to figure out who's playing who or who they're going to cast who or like release dates or something like that. This is just a runtime that we're going to get shortly. We're going to get it pretty soon. But of course, we have this need to be first. I was like that too when it came to leaks, when it came to stuff like that, leaked plot details. I totally was like that. And I always refer to Nightcrawler when I talk about this, because that movie is all about, the night crawling world and basically trying to be first to like a scene so you could sell it to the highest bidder. It's just such an excellent movie, and it could just be a metaphor for a lot of things. And I actually, when I looked at its perspective, I was like, yeah, I have this need to be first too on my YouTube channel. Maybe I should stop doing that because, some stupid shit could happen. For instance, this, because now that this information got out there, we have a lot of fanboys that don't want to accept it, don't want to accept it at all because 121 minutes is really short. It's going to be the shortest DCEU movie, and I hate the headlines that say like, yeah, it's going to be the shortest one out there, because it does put like a little bit of a negative connotation on it, but I can't lash out. I actually lashed out a little bit on comicbook.com, and I said I'll leave it to these guys to be negative, and then somebody was like, well, to be fair, it is truthful, and I was like, yeah. So I removed the tweet because when they said that about Wonder Woman's box office, they were right, because it was the lowest DCEU box office debut. It just happened to have legs to make it one of the most successful. So I deleted the tweet. I don't like deleting tweets, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can't be a hypocrite about that. But I mean, when we're talking about this runtime here, it's crazy, especially when you're defending it for 3 days, because that's a lot of pot stirring. That is a lot of pot stirring, and when you're doing that, you're gonna get that one little bubble that forms, that one big bubble, and guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna pop. And sure enough, it has, because said source has now gotten the FBI involved. The FBI. And posted 4 screenshots of emails claiming death threats and everything like that. I pointed out that 2 of the screenshots were exactly the same. Wasn't sure if he didn't notice that or was trying to make it a little more dramatic than it actually was. Not to mention that 2 of the emails weren't even death threats. They were just a bunch of just vulgar shit, just normal shit that you would hear for stuff like that. One of them was a legit death threat. So of course now, let's get... What? Let's bring in the feds, and this is what I wanted to talk about, basically. What I'm getting at here is you have to basically take a step back. You got to take a step back and look at both sides. We can't just, subscribe to one side or the other, and that's what we do. Humans will stick to whatever side when it comes to the political spectrum, fandom spectrum. It's just the way it is. So what I try to do, I try to look at both sides, and basically what I have been seeing is you have somebody that was digging and trying to figure it out. It basically figured it out. It sounds like, yes, it's going to be 121 minutes. Put it out there, and as soon as, like, you know, this side over here with the fanboys didn't want to accept it and they started lashing out, this side started lashing back and basically just, like I said, stirring the pot. And then it got to a point where you're just going to start getting death threats and then basically make it more dramatic than it is, because it's not like this person got doxxed, this person got a letter sent to their house, or they're having, you know, somebody's calling their phone and hanging up or everything like that. That's when I think you should involve the FBI. But when you're just getting stupid death threats over a superhero movie, don't do that. Especially when it's not fully confirmed. Like, I get where, yes, you did the research and it sounds like, yes, you did it because Warner Brothers apparently has been telling these theaters that, yes, it's 121 minutes, start making the show times and let's start figuring that out. It makes sense. Like, it's pretty much confirmed, but it's still not fully confirmed. So when you have unconfirmed, you know, not from the company, guess what? They're going to be people that are going to lash out, and you just can't stir the pot for 3 days and then all of a sudden keep on doing it. By the way, this person is still tweeting as if everything's fine. He's tweeting other stuff. I mean, it doesn't sound like he's actually, you know, sitting there, doors locked, windows like freaking barred shut, and he's in there with like a blanket and a shotgun just waiting for like somebody to do something about it. And then what really sucks is this person is retweeting, you know, people that are looking at it like me, like, dude, you need to relax a little bit. Let's relax. He's retweeting going, see, they're this person right here defending death threats, and then blocking them from Twitter. I'm sorry, that's just total victim status right there, and I don't condone that either. I don't condone the death threats, but I don't condone calling people out who are looking at it going, hey, wait, whoa, hold on, can we relax a little bit? Like, you'll probably do that with me too. But, you know, people that are just going, hey, relax, and then you're immediately turning and pointing the finger and saying like, oh yeah, you totally condone death threats. Get them. That's absolutely ridiculous. You can't do that. And what was funny too is when I pointed out the screenshots thing, somebody from DOF joined in the conversation and kind of asked, like, it, you know, thought it was weird that I pointed that out, and I just simply said, well, I just thought it was kind of weird that there was two of the same screenshots there, and just wanted to make sure that was known. And yeah, I thought for a minute there, I was going, oh great, am I going to get it in it with one of these guys again? I'm pretty sure the guy knows who I am, that's why he called it out, but I kind of see what I did there, but the way I handled it, I kind of turned it, and I said, okay, well, I was just doing this, and it didn't turn into anything. It's very... What I found, you know, doing this shit for 5-6 years, it's not that hard. First of all, it's not hard to deal with trolls. Dealing with trolls is like a comedian dealing with hecklers, okay? If you haven't developed that skill, that muscle, guess what? This shit's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be retarded. I've been doing this shit in the tech field and in this field for about 5-6 years, and I've learned to deal with trolls and deal with just people. And have I been thrown under a bus? Have I been like, I mean, yes, I've gotten death threats and this shit and like that, but has it made it where I have to call the FBI? No, I haven't. I haven't had to do anything like that. It's been actually a pretty smooth ride with certain things. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just a muscle that you have to develop and handle, but certain people can't do it, and it's funny because the way that these people look, that's all, they all look the same. Certain kind of man, I guess. I don't know. But the overall thing here, what really sucks, the big thing that pisses me off too, is the fact that now DC fandom is now on the pedestal again of being like the biggest douchebags of all. And I saw something really cool yesterday that talked about how every fandom has like a 1% of just like the lowest, scummiest pieces of shit, the lowest part of the barrel. You're scraping the barrel, and that's that 1% of fandom that's always gonna just do stuff like this. And it sucks because the bigger the fandom, the bigger that 1%. And then what these people like to do, and you almost think that they're doing it just to call out a certain fandom, that, you know, these people end up doing stuff like this, and then they get attacked, you know, with words, and then all of a sudden they start retweeting and just throwing the whole fandom under the bus, and then other people do the same, like, oh yeah, this damn DC shills, threw at it again. That's what sucks. So then somebody like me who's, you know, loves DC, and people like you are now lumped in with those kind of people. We're not supposed to be doing that, you know, according to, you know, the political side. We're supposed to say not all right, and I don't mean right as in the right wingers, you get what I'm saying, but we're not supposed to be saying the not all, right? I don't know, but see, that's what sucks, is now that's going to do it. And like I said, you almost think that they're doing this on purpose because they know they're going to get this reaction. It's a different form of trolling. Because and some people will always be like, hey, I wasn't doing anything, all I did was this. But at the same time, you go, really? Did you not think you were going to get this reaction? It's a more sophisticated kind of trolling. I'm not saying that this guy did it, but I'm just saying it's out there where you know you're going to stir the pot. And some people, you know, and certain websites love to do this shit. And then, of course, they throw their hands up and go like, hey, I was just doing my job. I was just at the time. You're the asshole. And we got to watch out for those guys. Yeah. Anyways, overall, we just got to relax. We'll find out the official time. If it's 121 minutes for sure, which it sounds like it's going to be, guess what? It's going to be 121 minutes of just pure nerd bonerness. We're all going to love it. And then if there's going to be an ultimate cut, that's going to be great too. So we just got to relax. We'll get the confirm. What sucks is too, is this person, the source, is going to gloat. Once the official runtime is going to be 121 minutes, he's going to gloat and do this and just stand up and be like, ha ha ha, you know, and that's another thing that I'm just going to go, oh, great. And that's going to invite more trolls. And then he's probably going to get more death threats. And then all of a sudden it's going to go, oh, put that V right on my shirt again. Victim man. That's what's going to end up happening. So overall, guys, I don't condone this toxic fandom. This fandom that sends death threats and just has to go out of their way. But again, it's just somebody, some fat fuck that's behind a goddamn keyboard who reaches for his hot pocket, puts it in his mouth, and just takes his greasy goddamn fingertips and just, oh, can you imagine what that keyboard looks like? I don't condone that. I don't condone those people, but I also don't condone the victim side of this all, you know, and the over dramatizing this whole thing. It's a fucking runtime, guys. I that's what it is. Looking at both sides, I don't condone that. I don't condone this, okay? That's it right there. Let me know your thoughts about it down below, guys. What do you think about all this? Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the other channel, too. Follow me on the social media stuff that is above my head. And, of course, I got shirts available. Just made some new ones. Go check them out. They're down there. First or second link down below. All right. Talk to you later.